My message is for Julia Gillard. Julia, Julia, Julia. I still remember the day that I was watching the final episode of Season 6 Grey's Anatomy when on my screen came this breaking news that Julia Gillard was about to contest the leadership for the Australian Labor Party. Now, at that moment, I was split with two very different emotions. The first one was I was hoping that McDreamy would survive the gunshot wound to his stomach. And the second was a feeling of excitement. Excitement because I was going to be present for a historical moment when we were going to get our very first female Prime Minister. Not only our very first female Prime Minister, a known atheist, and a woman that's in a de facto relationship. Now, with this combination, I was hoping that we would have become a very progressive country under your leadership. Well, McDreamy survived the gunshot wound, but you certainly haven't lived up to any of my expectations when it comes to marriage equality. Now, in your short term as leader of this country, I feel like I've met potentially 16, we could be bordering on 17 different Julia Gillards. But the Julia Gillard I don't get is the atheist Julia Gillard. This Julia Gillard, in a recent interview with Sky News, stated that she is against gay marriage because of her conservative upbringing. And my favourite part of the whole interview was that you believe that the Bible stories should be taught to our future generations and be ingrained in our future generation. Now, are these the same Bible stories that tell me that if I'm eating shellfish, I'm committing a sin? And my personal favourite, that if a woman is menstruating, that she is not to talk to a man because she's dirty, and that she must wash her sheets every day until her menstruation cycle is over. Now, these are great stories, but no one follows them. And as an atheist, I'm confused as to how you possibly have come up with this belief that this should be an important part of our future generation. There is no logical argument against same-sex marriage, and religion has no part in our legislation. Now, I'm not telling you how to do your job, Julia, but religion has no place in our lawmaking, and that is why church is separate to state. Now, these are basic fundamental principles you should know. So I hope you actually do the right thing. And regardless of whether you lose votes or not, this is about a civil right for your citizens. Yes, your tax-paying citizens. I want the right to marry my McSteamy. And I think everyone has the right to marry their McSteamy if they so choose to follow that path. So Julia, this is your moment to make history, another historical moment, and do the right thing by your people. And the last thing I just want to say is that if you could be half the woman that Shelley Argent is, this place would be a fantastic, fantastic place to live in. I'm off to go watch McSteamy now. And imagine the day that I can actually marry him in this country legally.